This exercise or stretch is what we're going to call a thoracic extension. Generally, I like doing it on the floor because I can use gravity to help me with it. But sometimes people will have a little bit too much issue, whether it's with their shoulders or their upper back, accomplishing this on the floor because it might just be too high a level. So this is a really good starting level. Now I've got a bench and a box set up because I don't actually have any open space on the walls. But generally, you would go sit up against a wall and you would want to be sitting on the floor. So that's why I have my box to put my feet up on. And I'm going to sit flat to the wall. Now, what I want to do is make sure that I can at least get my tailbone started on the wall. So I need to adjust my legs just a little bit so I can get there. Because I want to be relatively comfortable in this position. So here I'm able to put my tailbone up against the wall. And from this point, my goal is going to be keeping my abdominals pulled tight while keeping my tailbone against the wall. So I'm going to brace like I'm going to get hit in the gut. And from here, I'm going to lift my chest as much as I can. And I'm going to drive the back of my head and the nape of my neck straight back. So you can see this chest lifting motion here. It should be relatively obvious, or as obvious as you can make it, depending on your current mobility. And where you should feel it at is a tightening between your shoulder blades, running downward, and maybe a little bit in the lower portions of your lats. Now, I'm going to start by not doing anything with my arms. I'm just keeping them here, tailbone against it, abs are tight, lift the chest and drive the head back. Once I have my desired tightness, I'm going to take a big deep breath into my upper abs and lower chest area to help expand my ribs and push me into a tighter arch. So I'm going to get position and so every time I inhale, I get a deeper contraction back where I was pointing at before. The point of this is to help you straighten out your upper spine. Now, what I can do is I can take my arms and I can do some different deals if I have the ability to. I can take my hands and go behind my head, and I can try to push my elbows flush to the wall and do the same thing. So abs, tailbone, and then breathe. And this will help me get my shoulders to pull together as well to start working on a little bit of scapular retraction. But for the most part, people that are starting here are not going to end up doing anything with their arms. The most else you could do with your arms, if you so desired to have something to do with them, is you can grab your biceps, get in your position, and you can lift your arms just a little bit. So as I breathe deeply, I should see my arms raise along with my chest. But the big parts are to make sure that your tailbone stays flat, your abs stay tight and contracted, you breathe deeply, trying to expand through your upper abs and lower chest, and that you are staying constantly driving back into the wall. So that way your back muscles have something to contract against.